God has a track record. He has a history. He has, if you will, a reputation of taking care of his own. God never forsakes his own. Now that's a fundamental reality, deeply rooted and embedded in our faith system as Christians. And yet candor causes me to admit that there are times and there are seasons that develop in the context and the outline of our lives, wherein we keenly sense that God is nowhere around. Have you ever been there? The seasons when life gets so dark. The seasons in life wherein we're so overwhelmed by the happenings which materialize and show up on the landscape of our lives that we honestly feel as if God has forsaken us. I mean, when life gets thick, stuff gets tough, burdens get heavy, days get dark, nights get long, your pain gets unbearable, problems get too complex and difficult, people can get cruel, cold, and callous, and in the midst of it all, sometimes you're left wondering, where is God? Where is God? Why am I suffering like this? Why are people treating me like this? Why am I catching so much hell? Why can't I get from under this heavy load? Why do I keep making 2 steps forward, 5 steps backward? Why every time I get a dime, I got to spend a quarter? Where is God? And you ask, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Oh, I don't know tonight if you've ever been there. I don't know if you've ever felt like that, but I have to admit that I've been there. In fact, I've been there more than once. I've had those seasons wherein prayers seem unanswered. I've had those seasons wherein spiritual songs seemed uninspirational. I've had those seasons wherein the sermon seemed unhelpful, and even coming to church seemed like it was unfulfilling. I felt like I had been permanently cut off and disconnected from God. I mean, I literally thought that God had me on cold block. Where is God? The Bible reports that Job knew what it felt like to go through such a devastating experience. In the crucible of his horrifying and painful ordeal, Job strongly sensed that God had abandoned and forsaken him, and forsook him rather. But at the outset of his ordeal, you remember he was very optimistic. He uttered statements that were pregnant and with great profundity and with great insightfulness. I mean, at the outset of his stuff, we hear him saying stuff like, naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. He countered Satan's attempt through Mrs. Job to get him to curse God by responding, shall we indeed accept good from God? And shall we not accept adversity? But as the situation lingered, Job started feeling as if God had targeted him. He started feeling like he had been picked out to be picked on. And there was no relief from this dark saga of pain and misery being played out on the stage of his life. And I hear Job in melancholy tones saying, look, I go forward, but he's not there. And backward, but I cannot perceive him. He works on the left hand, but I cannot behold him. When he turns to the right hand, I cannot see him. He sensed that God had forgotten all about him. He sensed that God had forsaken him and abandoned him. But then suddenly hope broke in. A surge of renewed hope engulfed his spirit. And his tone shifts from one of melancholy to one of merriment, from one of gloom to one of glee, from one of tragedy to one of triumph. For he goes on to say in the same breath, but he knows the way that I take. I like the way the Living Bible paraphrases that. It says, but he knows every detail of what is happening to me. Job concludes by saying, when he has tested me, I shall come forth as pure gold. And that lets us know that there is a sanctifying assignment attached to adversity. God purifies us through our problems. God solidifies us through our struggles. God cleanses us through our calamities. God disinfects us through our difficulties. Learning how to live holy necessitates that you go through hell. Somebody needs to get that. If you're ever going to learn how to live holy, it necessitates that you go through some hell. Because each hellish experience that you humbly and obediently live through teaches you how to live more holy. Trust me tonight, I do understand that we don't like going through experiences in life wherein we feel that God is hiding his face from us. I mean, that's a believer's ultimate nightmare, to sense that God is hiding his face from us in the time of need. Even when we do wrong and are fully aware of our wrongness, we don't really want the Lord to leave us. David got another man's wife pregnant, masterminded the man's death, and then took the man's wife for his own wife. And yet I hear him pleading with God, don't cast me away from your presence. In other words, David was saying, Lord, don't leave me. And all my brothers and sisters, it's good to recognize the Lord in